Hi dear friends, welcome back. Today I am trying to finish up or continue organizing my pantry. So I've decided that I'm going to start vacuum sealing things because we don't use food as quickly as maybe some households. And so I would prefer to vacuum seal it than have it go to waste. So this is my food saver that I use that I can vacuum seal food and also jars, and I'm going to show you how that works. I used to have a food saver vacuum sealer, but that one died on me, and I just went with a inexpensive version I found on Amazon, and so far for what I use it for, which is vacuum sealing jars, it's working out great. It's not the best maybe for vacuum sealing bags, but it's worked out for that also, but I use it more for vacuum sealing jars, and let me show you what I mean by that. So I have these two attachments. This is for a wide mouth jar, and here's my wide mouth jar. So that one works with this, and this is for the regular size lid ball jar, and this attachment works with this. So I'll show you what I mean when I say that I vacuum seal these jars. So vacuum sealing doesn't mean that I'm canning with this apparatus. I'm not canning with this. I'm simply using these jars for storage purposes so that I can extend the shelf life of whatever it is that I put in the glass jar. This is a 1/2 gallon glass jar. I think it's 8 capacity cup, and I can rarely find these 1/2 gallon jars, but we have ball in all of our stores, but anything would work, any glass jar that you like or you see or you have access to. And I'm going to be putting this buckwheat in because we eat buckwheat but not frequently enough. So I want to preserve it so that it lasts longer. So I'm going to use this canning funnel so that it doesn't go all over the kitchen. I have some room left. You can see it's not full. I have a brand new bag. I'm going to open up and fill up the rest. Too much. Oh boy, I overfilled it now. I am gonna have a mess. Let's see if this, hey, it worked. So now what I'm going to do, I am not canning this, I'm just sealing it. I'm going to take the wide mouth lid. I reuse these if the integrity and the rubber is still intact. Obviously, if it's damaged or bent, I wouldn't use it. So I'm going to place it on top, dry. This is dry. I'm going to place it on top of here. I'm going to take my attachment, which is this. I'm going to place it over the lid. My accessory hose attaches on the inside of my food saver. Everybody's system is different. Some of the outlets are on top. I have to open mine up. Right here is where I'm going to place my accessory hose. I'm going to stick it in here. And then this tip is going to go inside of that hole. And then I'm going to press the seal button. It'll stop when it's finished pulling out the oxygen. Then to be able to take this lid off, I need to pull this hose out. And then I can jiggle this off. And then you can see that it's sealed. I'll show you a different angle. So you can see it's sealed. I'm holding it by the lid. I'm not going to put the ring around it. I'm just going to leave it like this because I know I have a quality seal. Again, this is not for canning purposes in terms of preservation and canning. This is just for storage purposes. And if I need to open this up, so I don't ruin a bunch of lids, I'm going to use this as my double lid and this as my double lid. So I'm going to label these double lid, and I'll explain why I'm doing this in a moment. So this is my wide mouth double lid, and this is my small mouth or regular mouth. I don't know what it's called. So I have my double lids, And the reason I have a double lid is because, so for example, last summer it was almost impossible for us to find replacement lids. So we had to reuse lids, which if you're canning, like pressure canning, that's it. I'm gonna leave it, your kitchen, your rules at your discretion. If the seal is intact, people do reuse them, but I'm not offering advice for that. Lids were really difficult to find last summer. This summer I found some, so I stocked up. I wanna be able to reuse my lids. So we know this seal is really tight. I can't pull it off. I mean, if I really struggle with it, maybe I could. So I'm going to use my double wide lid, and I'm gonna place it on top of this lid. And I'm going to use this device. I got this on Amazon. And I'm gonna use this end to open it. If I opened it like this, it might damage my original lid. I don't care if this double lid gets damaged, so I'm going to use this up here. I'm gonna use it on top so that I can open up my lid. This one can get damaged, doesn't matter to me, and I reuse this to open cans, and this one is still intact and good. It was really vacuum sealed well. It was really vacuum sealed well because things popped out when that seal was broken. If I was going to use this for long-term storage, I probably would place an oxygen absorber inside of here and then seal it like I did for storage purposes. So for long-term storage, I might place one or two of these oxygen absorber packets inside of here before I vacuum sealed it. But since I think we'll use this up, these two attachments come with the hose. On Amazon, you can get these. Sometimes vacuum sealers come with this kit, but I have purchased this one separately off Amazon because this was just a very basic unit. So here's some things I've sealed for storage purposes, just so that they don't go rancid. I extend the life on them. I also did dried fruits, blueberries, dried cherries. And then I decided for herbs that I dried from the garden, I decided to also vacuum seal them because it's easy to pop this open and reseal it for me. And I did put an oxygen absorber inside the herbs so that I retain the flavor longer. I did purple basil, regular basil. So this one is celery. I actually dehydrated the celery in my dehydrator and then I ground it up. You can make your own celery salt or just celery. This is just celery powder, which I ground up, and I can add it to soups or dishes in the winter. Coriander. Coriander, I actually buy the whole seed, coriander seed, and then I heat it up and then grind it so that it's fresh. Parsley from the garden, and dill from the garden. So you can see my oxygen absorber in there. So these are easy to just take off, use what you need, and then reseal it. And that oxygen absorber will do its job also, retaining and preserving the full flavor of these summer herbs. So you may ask yourself, why are you going to all this effort to preserve and vacuum seal the food? Well, as I mentioned, some things don't go as quickly in my house, meaning they sit on the shelf for a while. And so I want to preserve and extend the shelf life of whatever items it is that I'm using. And so I have decided to kind of restructure the way my pantry works using glass jars and the vacuum sealer and oxygen absorbers if necessary to extend the shelf life of our food. I hope that you found this helpful. If you have any questions, please drop them below, and have a wonderful day. We're so glad you're with us. Be well, stay healthy. See you soon. Take care. Bye-bye.